Hello, my friends. It's Easter today. Happy bloody Easter. Should we see if we can have a little bit of chocolate this morning? Oh, that was fantastic. Happy Easter, everyone. I hope you're all having a great day. This might not even go up on Easter, but it's feeling very, you know, rabbits, chicks, bunnies. Why is it the Easter bunny, not the Easter chick? I've still not quite worked that one out. Every time I film these videos, I brush my teeth beforehand. And every time I end up snacking in the middle. Who am I? Why am I this person? Okay, all right, we're back on track. I just got so distracted by the chocolate, I just couldn't. Why is chocolate always better in the form of hollow eggs? Oh, I want more. No, Dora, stop, don't look at it. Go away. Okay, so for this makeup look, I have been inspired by a picture of Lily Collins that I saw at the Met Gala. I'm gonna pop it here. Here it is, her beautiful face. And it was this pastel-y purple 60s glam. It was very Eastery, very summery, very springtime, and we should have a go at it today on our channel. And I thought I'd go a little bit more, I just can't, why can't I speak? Why can't I? So I'm going to zoom you in a bit today, give you a bit more of a close-up as to what I'm actually doing. And this is going to be quite a simple look, realistically. And we're going to spend quite a bit of time on our skin, and we're going to fill in those eyebrows in classic Lily Collins, Cara Delevingne styles. And my under eyes are feeling really, really dry this morning. So I've put on some of my vitamin C detox skincare from Superdrug. I put loads of it on, and then I just put these little bougie eye pads on from Primark so they can really lock all the moisture in. Okay, so today we're actually going to start with our brows because they are going to be big boys today. I am going to start by filling them in, and I'm going to take a little bit of time doing this so they don't just look like big fat slugs. You know the eyebrows I'm talking about. My brows today, I'm going to use a mixture of products. I used to have a precise one of these from Revolution that was really, really thin, which would have been perfect for today, but I've run out of it and we're in lockdown, so we can't bloody get them. Well, I could order one, but unessential. So I'm going to take my little art brush from Roy Wilkinson's. Now I'm taking some of my Anastasia dip brow, and what I'm doing is after I've coated the brush, I'm then just taking my forefinger and thumb and squeezing it together into a tiny little point so I can make really thin brow hairs. My brows are definitely never going to look like Lily Collins, mainly because she's got really dark hair, and as you can tell, I'm a lot lighter blonde than she is. But we're going to give it a big fat go, okay? Start with your hairs at the front, and then when you start getting up to this section here, pull the hairs down, but just from slightly higher than yours come from, because then you're going to get a much thicker brow, but it's going to look a lot more natural because it looks like, at the moment it's looking a bit stripy, but once we've filled it in with lots of different colours, it'll look a bit more natural, a wee bit more natural. Now I'm going to go with my Revolution pencil in the colour light brown and just intensify and give it a little bit more depth. Okay, that is one brow done. Look at the difference between my brows. That looks absolutely crazy. It'll be fine once we've cleaned it up, once we've made me look 60s, it'll look, will it? I'm just going to go off camera quickly and do the other brow, and then I'll be back. Okay, we've got big boy brows today. Big boy brows. God, can you imagine if this was my face? I'd love it. I'd actually love it. We're going to carve them out now so they don't look as crazy, because they are looking a bit rectangled right now. Okay, let's carve these browsy boys, eh? Shall we? Shall we? Right, I'm going to coat that brush. Was that anything like what we were going for, Dora? I'm not entirely sure, but we're going to blend it out. I'm just going to take a concealer brush and just buff out these edges so we don't have white lines all around our big fat brows. I think I'm really high for this morning because I've eaten Smarties and cream egg for breakfast. For my purples there, I've got two different options. We've got a high-end and a drugstore sort of low-end version. We've got this palette, which is the 35p palette. This is sort of a dupe for a Morphe palette. This is actually from Amazon, but it's got some lovely warm sort of rosy purpley. And the other is the palette that I just can't seem to put down. This is the Beauty Bay and Mama Mitchell palette, and we've got these three at the bottom here that are all lovely little purple shades. Nice. Normally, purple and red eyeshadows are used by using Carmite, which is crushed up beetles. So if you can find one that's vegan and cruelty free, you're onto a winner. I'm going to take a nice clean paddle brush. This is a Spectrum A18, and go in with a really pale lilac colour. The one I'm going to use first is the Miles High colour from the Mama Mitchell palette. And when I've got that on the brush, I'm literally just going to stamp it on the lid. I'll do a little zoom here. Next, I'm taking a tiny little blending brush. You can use a big one as well, but I like these little ones. And I'm just popping this against the edge of that colour and scratching up and down. Now, once I've blended that all out, I'm going to go back in with my Sephora brush, pack more colour on and bring it a little bit higher, and then blend it out again. And just scratching those edges. Okay, and now I'm just going to go quickly off camera and do exactly the same thing on the other eye, and I'll be back. Nice. Now, just to blend this out even further, I'm going to go into that big old purple palette, and I'm going to take this colour here. Can you see that? Yeah. This colour here, which is a bone colour. By bone colour, I mean it's similar to the colour of bone. I just thought this was quite an Eastery, Easter Sunday style look, really, other than the big old eyebrows. But then bunnies have big brows, don't they? So maybe that's the look I'm going for. Now I'm going in with this slightly angled fluffy brush and a bit of a darker purple. Whack it on like that, just whack it on. Now, because you've only used a little bit on the brush, you can really make the most of this and wiggle it over the whole of the eyeshadow. I'm going to go in with my liner. We're doing quite a graphic 60s liner today, and I'm taking this little paintbrush again that I use for my brow strokes and going in with a gel liner, and I'm going to draw a wing. I'm going to start about halfway across my lid. So I go from the bottom of the liner I've just finished and pull it out in a line. I then look forward and see how the line is going to look when I'm looking at you, and if I need to make any adjustments to that, I will do that before I filled in the whole bloody thing in black. And there we go, that's one wing. Tick. Now Lily actually has a point in her inner corner. It's a lot more of a graphic liner than I would normally wear, so I'm just going to go and add that in now. I've just added that inner corner with a bit of concealer and my liner. Our lines on either eye now. Look at that. Glorious. And then I'm just going to go in with a bit of mascara, curl my lashes and pop my eyelashes on.
Curling, curling. So we're just going to apply our lash glue. We're going to wiggle them about a bit. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Now the next thing we're going to do is go in and highlight that brow bone using our Revolution palette. Next on the cards we have our base, our skin. Now today for my foundation I'm going to use a mix classic of the Superstay 24-hour full coverage by Maybelline, and then also a bit of the Urban Decay All Nighter. Taking that between my big old brows around the edges. And then I'm going in with my Smith 115 brush, any remainder on my hand, and just gently buffing that in. Okay, so once I've blended that all over my face, I'm going to go in with my Conceal and Define concealer from Revolution, the one that smells of paint, which we love. And then I take that over my nose, lip and chin. Then just set that in place. I'm going to take some of my Revolution translucent powder, and using my Spectrum A00 brush, I'm going to take that all over my face just to make sure none of that moves. Now for my contour step, I'm going to do something a little bit different than I've done before. I'm going to take this really small Unicorn Cosmetics brush, and I'm going to contour with this today, and I'm going to take a really, really cool toned colour and take that right underneath my cheeks. Hello, Grandma Vessie!
Are you filming now?
Yeah, you're going to be in my next video, Grandma. There we go with our contour. For my brush, I'm going to take my Real Techniques blush brush, the Annabelle's Mineral Blush in Rose. Why am I struggling so much to speak today? Just blending that right onto those cheekbones. Now for our highlighter, and I'm actually going to take a bit of this sort of body dust, totally ticklishy body shimmer, and this is one of the oldest things I own. This used to be my sister's actually, and this is from Britney Spears' perfume collection, and to this day I think I must have had this for 10 years at least. To this day it smells so strongly of Britney Spears Curious, I can't even So I'm going to start with my fan brush from Spectrum. This is the A10. It's going to wiggle that on my cheekbones. So taking a really tiny brush, this is the Spectrum A13, and I'm going back in with that darker purple and taking it really close to that lash line. And then I'm just going to take loads and loads of bottom lash mascara. One thing about the 60s is they had really separated bottom lashes, so I'm going to really wiggle that in. What was that big spider called in Harry Potter? What was he called? Make them look like Aragog. That's what I want. I want Aragog legs. Oh, I've got mascara in my hair. I've back combed my hair a bit. I've just used a rat tail comb and picked up the top sections and poofed them out. Now in the picture, she is wearing like a white headband, but I don't actually think I've got anything I can use as that. But this is what improvisation looks like. I'm taking loo roll, which I know is a bit of a commodity at the moment, and wrapping it round. Oh, am I actually doing this? Does that just look like I've got loo roll in my hair? No, I've had enough of this. Okay, everybody, that's it. We've come to an end of our Easter Lily Collins Met Gala style 60s sort of, I don't know, makeup look. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you have a bloody happy Easter and a lovely new year. Whatever you choose to do today, know that I'll be eating chocolate and sitting in the sun. But thank you very, very much for watching. I hope you've had a lovely day today. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope maybe it's inspired you. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I do know that I've been Dora Leborgne, you've been the best, and I hope I see you in my next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on that bell. You know the drill. Thank you very much for watching. Much love and respect.